Welcome to Home Organizing for Beginners. I'm Tammy, your home organizing educator. What does that mean? Have you ever thought about that? What does a home organizing educator do? I teach you the methods you need to organize your own home, to clean your own home, to really manage your time within your home. When you know how to do these things, you are able to change through every season of life that you're having to implement things that work for you and your family. I could share more about what a home organizing educator does and what I could do with you if we work together, but why don't you go check it out at homeorganizingforbeginners.com. In each episode, I share a microscopic home organizing topic. That just means it's something you can implement today from start to finish if you so choose. Today's microscopic home organizing topic is how to start cleaning your house. Have you ever Googled cleaning motivation? Because that's where you're at right now. You're like, oh my gosh, do I really have to clean the house again? It just gets dirty anyhow. I don't know how many times the kids have said that to me. They're like, well, why do I need to wipe down the counter? It's just going to get dirty again anyhow. Sometimes I feel that way too. If you ever have Googled cleaning motivation, what do you come up with? The very first thing that you're hit with is a video, a YouTube video of someone else cleaning their house. Does that really motivate you, or does that make you go, hey, that's entertaining for a little while, and now that I'm done watching it, what do? I really just want to watch some more videos. You don't actually, not typically, get up and go clean because now in the back of your mind, you have this comparison thing going on. Well, they have a clean house, but my house isn't clean. They feel like cleaning and I don't feel like cleaning. Now where am I at? You really are not motivated to go clean your house. The second thing that really stood out to me when I googled cleaning motivation was to reward yourself by throwing yourself a party. And the first thing I thought was, oh my word, you're going to clean your house so you can throw yourself a party? Well, then it's just messy again, and probably way worse than it was before. Okay, so I don't know about the whole throwing yourself a party thing unless it's at someone else's house. Maybe someone else can throw you a party once your house is clean. That'd be awesome. So essentially, what we want to go through today is if you learn a way to get started with cleaning your house and you see that there are measures you can put in place so that you can keep it clean, that's true motivation. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to have. Okay, so that's what I'm going to teach you today. We are going to start with step number 1. You are going to start small. And if you listen to any of the other podcasts that I've done, one of the very first steps in many things is to start small because we get these grandiose ideas that we need to clean our whole entire house. I've done it in the past. Way back in the day when my kids were little, I would take a couple days off of work just to clean and organize the house because then I felt like, oh, I'm going to feel so much better if I have a clean house. But it never stayed that way, did it? And I never put measures in place to keep it clean. So instead of taking all of this time off of work, you're going to start small. You're going to look at the time you have available. Maybe it's only 10 minutes, maybe it's only 30 minutes, but you know what? You can clean a portion of your house in a small amount of time. You just have to know that that's what you're going to do. That's an intentional decision to just clean a small portion of your house. All right. And if you do this on a regular basis, it becomes self-sustaining. It becomes self-motivating. And and I'm jumping way too far ahead, but through this process, you're building confidence in yourself and your own abilities. When you have that confidence, these are things you can teach to your children so they don't struggle the way that you're struggling right now. So when we start small, You are going to tackle, let's say, the top of your dresser, not your whole entire dresser or your whole entire bedroom. Instead, you're just going to tackle the top of your dresser. It's probably got some clutter on it, and you can deal with that now, or you can just kind of shove it to the side. You can dust off the top of the dresser, and then you can kind of put it back. Okay, don't let anybody tell you that you have to deal with all of your clutter before you can dive into cleaning anything, because that would not be true. That may be what works for somebody else, but maybe that's not what works for you, right? Part of this is about learning what works for you, for your family, and for your current season of life. Okay, step number 1, start small. Now we're on to step number 2, and this is critical. This step is critical because this is what's going to help you sustain what you put in place. Why bother putting measures in if it is not sustainable? All right, we're going to keep things simple because in my book, simple equals sustainable. So, step number 2, you are going to list out the things in that small space that you picked that need to be cleaned. So if we're sticking with the top of your dresser, the only thing that really needs to be cleaned is it needs to be dusted. Dust the top of the dresser. That's what's on your list. Doesn't that seem super simple to tackle? So that's 2 steps. The third step is to actually just clean the space. When you put this process on repeat, you will be able to clean your whole entire house. You don't need a separate piece of paper for every small space, but pick another small space. Pick another small space that you feel is manageable right now. Because remember, it's a microscopic home organizing topic, and it's something you can do today if you choose. So pick another small space. What should we pick? I'm looking around my house right now. We're going to pick our fireplace mantle. Maybe you have one, maybe you don't, whatever. Just pick something small. And now, again, I have pictures on the fireplace mantle along with some dust. So I can actually decide to remove all of the pictures, dust the surface, and put the pictures back on. Those are my steps for cleaning the fireplace mantle. Am I making sense to you? We are breaking it down into small, manageable chunks. When we do that, it is self-motivating because you are making progress. When you're making progress, you're building momentum. And then maybe you have to go to bed. Maybe you're done. Maybe you're done for the day. But you know what? Tomorrow, if you have 15 minutes, you can clean something else. Okay, so those are the 3 steps. Start small. List out all of the things in the space that need to be cleaned, and then clean them and put the process on repeat. So I have something to share with you today. I have this course called Home Organizing for Beginners, and it really breaks down how to manage all of these things in your house. Not only how to organize them, but cleaning really is a part of that organizing process. Decluttering is a part of that organizing process. So we break this down into the foundational elements, and you go through your entire house, and you are able to do this with my support. And why would you want to do this? Why would you want to sign up for Home Organizing for Beginners? Because it's going to give you confidence. Remember, I mentioned earlier that you would be able to teach your kids how to do this. What better thing on the face of the earth is there than teaching your kids how to do something? Tying shoes is important, but so is being able to load the dishwasher. So is being able to clean off their dresser. So is learning how to run the vacuum. These things are important too, and I know you know that as a mom, but having a method to teach your children as you learn, that's beautiful, isn't it? You also get foolproof steps to creating a clean and organized home that you're willing to welcome people into at any point in time. No more rushing around the house and, oh my gosh, somebody's here. I have to shove this underneath here or shove that in a cabinet, and feeling embarrassed by how your home looks. I don't want that for you. You don't need to feel embarrassed. If you feel confident that you have a clean enough and an organized enough house, you're going to welcome people in left and right. And that connection with other people is what's amazing. That's what's meaningful, not whether your house is clean or dirty or organized, right? And the third thing home organizing for beginners is going to give you is time to spend in the way you want to spend it. For me, this whole process has given me the freedom to sit in the morning in the peace and quiet of my office and spend time with God. I study the Bible, and you guys, this is what has given me true peace and joy in my home, whether I have dust on my fireplace mantle or not. And that's what I want for you. I want you to walk into your home after a long day at work, to walk into your home and feel peace and joy, to feel that everyone that comes to your home is going to be welcomed there, regardless of if everything has a place and everything is in its place. I have always told my husband if nobody lived in our house, it would be spick and span. It would be spotless and sparkly clean. But the fact of the matter is, we all live in our homes day in and day out. Nothing is going to be magazine worthy. Nothing is going to look like it should be on Pinterest. And I don't think you should shoot for that. Instead, I want to teach you the methods that can lay a solid foundation for you to build on all the way into the future. Maybe this season of life, your kids are little, but in a few years, their feet are going to grow, they're going to grow, and their shoes are going to get bigger and bigger. And how you store them today, you need to be able to shift to how you're going to store them tomorrow. That's what I want to teach you. Home Organizing for Beginners, the course, will teach you that. I will be there with you, helping you learn exactly how to do this. Go to homeorganizingforbeginners.com to learn more or click the link in the show notes. That's what I have for you today. Have a fun and productive weekend. I'll be back here next week sharing tangible and simple instructions about home organizing, cleaning, and time management. I'll see you then.